Have you heard of the Titanic? It was a ship like no other. People called it unsinkable. It was the biggest ship in the world, longer than 2 football fields. The Titanic set sail in 1912. It was a luxurious ship with fancy dinners and even a swimming pool. People dreamed of sailing on this grand ship. It was an exciting time. The Titanic was going on its first journey, all the way from England to America. Everyone was excited to be a part of this amazing adventure. Building the Titanic was a huge job. Imagine a project so big that it took over 2 years to finish, with every day filled with the sounds of hammers, cranes, and hundreds of workers bustling about. The Titanic wasn't just any ship, it was the largest moving man-made object in the world at the time. The shipyard in Belfast, Northern Ireland became a hive of activity, with people coming from all around to witness history in the making. The scale of the construction was unlike anything most people had ever seen. It took thousands of people to put it all together. Over 3,000 workers were involved in building the Titanic, each with a special job to do. There were skilled engineers, tough steel workers, carpenters, electricians, and even painters. Some workers spent their days high above the ground, balancing on beams as they hammered steel plates into place. Others worked deep inside the ship, fitting pipes and wiring. Every single person played a part in turning blueprints and dreams into a real floating giant. The teamwork and dedication were incredible, and the workers often put in long, hard hours, sometimes in dangerous conditions. They used giant cranes and strong rivets to hold the ship's pieces in place. The cranes were some of the largest in the world, towering over the shipyard and lifting massive steel plates that would become the Titanic's hull. Riveting teams worked in pairs, with one person heating the rivets until they were red hot and another hammering them into place. It was loud, tough work, and the sound of hammering echoed across the shipyard day and night. In total, over 3 million rivets were used to hold the Titanic together, each one carefully placed to make sure the ship was strong and safe. The Titanic was made of steel and had many different levels, like a giant floating building. In fact, the ship was as tall as an 11-story building and nearly as long as 3 football fields. Inside, there were decks for passengers, rooms for the crew, huge engines, and even a swimming pool. The ship's design was so advanced that it included electric lights, elevators, and luxurious dining rooms. Imagine walking through the ship as it was being built, seeing the maze of steel beams, the workers installing pipes and wires, and the enormous engines being lowered into place. Every detail had to be perfect, from the grand staircase to the smallest bolt. People came from all over to watch the Titanic being built. It was the most impressive ship anyone had ever seen. Everyone was amazed by its size and grandeur. Crowds gathered at the shipyard fences, hoping to catch a glimpse of the progress. Newspapers wrote stories about the Titanic's construction, and people talked about it in homes and shops across the country. When the ship was finally ready to launch, thousands of spectators cheered as the Titanic slid